How's it going, guys? It's Eclipse here, and today we're taking a look at the T20, the Tier 7 American medium tank. Now, the T20 is one of my favourites that I've played so far recently. It's a great little tank, 240 alpha damage. It's really good on maps where you can use your view range. That's actually really nice in this tank. And get some spotting damage as well. So Prokhorovka's one of the best maps for the T20. You can use it to, well, definitely get a lot of damage and spotting. Well, this game's one of those. Unfortunately, we had to use the replay feature in the game since I wasn't recording at the time, which is unfortunate, but we'll have to make do. I have got another recording for you guys that we'll have a look at after this one. But firstly, I always come up to this sort of spot because you can generally catch out the light tanks that crest the ridge at the beginning of the game, because they tend to go in a straight line when they crest that ridge, and you can get a few shots into them, get a couple hundred damage at the start of the game. So the main thing about Prokhorovka is trying to get that vision, that of which we've actually got a little bit of. So I've just spotted a E75 TS, otherwise known as the Roger Dodger, and he's just gone across the field. We've already got some spotting damage. We can't see exactly how much there is in this game, but we'll find out at the end of the game. So as you can see, they've been getting like absolutely creamed over there. So we're just making sure that we continually spot them and try and get some shots in. Unfortunately, with the replay view, for some reason the aim reticle doesn't actually match up with that of the actual in-game reticle for some reason, so I'm not entirely sure what that's about, but yeah, again, maybe Wargaming will try and fix that eventually. As you can see, we're on 8 spotting damage ribbons already, so that's probably, you know, 1,000 damage minimum, I'd say. If we take into account like probably 100 alpha damage for every shot that's been taken. We see the Sommuas over there, we get one shot into him so far. For some reason the Tiger Sharks decided to go all in. We're not entirely sure why. I find a lot of light tanks do that on this map. They obviously think it's a good thing to do, but obviously for him it definitely wasn't. He took the majority of his health in that little trade right there. LTTB's just been spotted. We've got another load of assistance damage right there, which is really nice. This game's mainly a good game due to its assistance. I mean, I got a decent amount of damage in the end, but I don't want to spoil that quite yet. So right now we've got 4 tanks for 4. So we're not doing particularly great. I just got hit from the side. I know that the Sommu is over there, so I pulled back down straight away, as you should do when you first get hit, because you never know if it's going to be an autoloader. I do crest the ridge again just to kill that Craft Panther, because he's the one spotting me and I don't really fancy getting spotted. Another round comes flying in there, luckily it misses us. And we're going to go over here to try and spot the enemies for our team, because they seem to want to sit back and relax. There we go. I think we spotted the T32 for our team. It's either us or the T32 that's just on our team that's spotted him. So we're just using the ridge line, although you can't see very well, just to hide the majority of our tank from the enemy, and we get a few shots in there. So I'm thinking right now that I should probably push in a little bit, or at least try and make a little bit of a push, try and spot anyone that I can. I know that there's probably people over to the right. There we go, we spotted the spot Somua. The VKD's just here, so we're going to try and get a shot into him right there. I decided that probably being out in the open field is not a good idea, so we just try and push down and try and use these wrecks as a bit of cover as we get a few shots in. We're just using our decent DPM here to just pump that VKD whilst he tries to aggressively attack us. We put one into the Pantera there and then decide to move to get a bit closer. Hopefully we can get some tracking damage or at least just try and get some extra damage. Right there, we get another hit. We do hit him on the move, but we don't pen, and he pens us, which is unfortunate. But we're just going to now use that ridge line right here, like you can do with the T20, with its good gun depression that it does get. And this is basically what you want to do. You want to try and outspot your opponent. So we just spotted the CDC black there. And when you're outspotting your opponents and you're able to deal 240 damage consistently, you're going to rack up a lot of damage. This isn't the most damage I've had quite a few 3Ks, 3.5Ks, but the combined damage in this game is quite nice, so I thought it was worthy of being one of the replays for the T20. I've recently 3-marked the tank within the last, I think, week, so it didn't take me long. I think it only took me 55 games to 3-mark it, and yeah, it was definitely a tank I really enjoyed, well, hence why I carried on playing it after getting the Pershing. I haven't actually bought the Pershing yet, but I know that I'll definitely enjoy it when I do get it, if it's anything like the T20. I know it's probably slower, but that's alright with me. We try and hit the Revelries on the move, or at least the British version of it, but unfortunately we don't get it, but we do get some spotting damage for him. And there we go, that's that game done. As you can see, T20, I do like the look of it. It's certainly a nice tank to look at. And here's the post-game stats of that game right there. So we got 20,000 with premium, so we did fire quite a bit of premium rounds, and I do think I have a premium consumable. We got 6,000 XP for the double because of the Hot Wheels operation. We got an ace tanker, 2,100, well, nearly 2,100 damage and 3,900 assistance. About 5.9k combined, which was really nice, and that's progressed us up through the marks at that point really nicely. So that was one of the beginner games I played in the T20, so it certainly was a good game. Next we'll move on to the next one. So our next game is on Sand River, Night variant, and we're in a tier 8 matchup, so we're not top tier this time, which means that we might be able to get outspotted. They've got 2 light tanks, which can obviously contest the fact that we can outspot. I'm going to try and push towards the cap circle and try and get into that hill position at the start of the game, I think, and so we can get a bit of view range for our team. It's also great for shooting up into C6 and the area where the heavy tanks tend to cross on this assault variant, or encounter battle even. So trying to make sure that you've got your gun constantly firing in the T20 to get some damage is essential. We do spot some light tanks at the beginning of the game that are trying to just early spot our team, just seeing if we can get some damage, but I am conscious of the artillery, because you know when you first get spotted in the T20 it has not got any armour, so you've got to be very conscious of that with regards to this tank. So I know that I carry quite a few premium rounds in this, but that is for these higher tier matchups. I don't really want to be bouncing against heavies that are going to deal 400 damage against me, especially when things like the Defender that are recently going to be released in the game, or re-released as an earn operation in the game, like my previous video stated. But here you see us going after the Panther. We do track him, which is always nice when you aim for the tracking spots, but I do see that a few tanks have moved up into the hills on the left, and I'm here on my own with one of my teammates, and I'm not really fancying getting peppered in the side. We do try and hit the Comet there, but unfortunately it does just go miles away. T-34 Black tries to cross. Unfortunately for him, we do manage to hit him and track him, I believe. And we're just using this little bump here, which you can use when you come over here to try and avoid taking hits. And you can see us retreating here because none of our team are over here. None of us are going to help us if anyone decides to push hard on this flank. So I'm going to come up here, which is always a good defensive position after you've been hit, we're going to try and get the rover. Unfortunately miss, should have probably actually aimed in there, but that's okay. He's trying to get away. We do hit him here though with an auto aim. Yet again, probably on hindsight should have made sure that I aimed, even though I did kill him. It's always best to do that. We see that there's a few tanks over there trying to blind fire or trying to hit someone behind me. So I'm going to try and spot them for our team, so that they don't just get pummeled from the side from tanks that they can't see. So as you can see, I've got 2 marks in this at this point in the grind. We can see that a comet is pushing forward. We've got a big rock in front of us over there, so we're just going to pre-aim for this general, even not a comet, but I do know that there was a comet over there. The Vanguard tries coming up. That's quite a hard tank to hit, but we're fairly good at aiming at tanks on the move, even if they are small. Although saying that tank is that small where it doesn't really matter. We're going to push down here, because up there we don't know where we're going to get hit from. We could get hit from the base by the Vanguard, and the autoloader on that is not actually fun to get hit by, especially since it deals like I think 660 damage to you, so that would be over half our hit points, and then we might get hit from somewhere else. So here you see Vanguard's there. We're going to make sure that we can hit him, and we do. We shut him down. We're on 1,162 damage so far and 440 spotting. We see the generals up here. We need to get rid of him. Pretty sure that's an autoloader. Well, I know that that's an autoloader, so it can be a bit dangerous for me, especially since he doesn't really need to aim at me, and I've got to actually aim at his weak spots, or at least areas where his armour's weakest. So we see the VKPs up here. I know that the general, I didn't know where he was at this point, so we're going to try and hard push this VKP, try and get some shots on him to support this T29 that's there, although he has just died. I need to make sure my teammates are around you, and that's the key thing with the T20. You don't want to be on your own because you don't have that alpha damage, you don't have the armour, you don't have very much in terms of one-on-one fighting with tanks, but you are really good and versatile to be able to move around the battlefield like I am doing. We just want to move down before anyone hits us from the base. I do know that there's probably a few rounds that come in after us, but we want to get rid of this Panther because he's stopping our team from pushing up or moving any further, because he's just constantly putting rounds into us. We do aim at him here, but right as we were about to shoot, he does get shut down by our STA2 Black. As you can see, the T34 Black is moving up, and we pull back down before they can shoot us. Again, I do need to put pressure on these guys, so I am going to have to use some of my health to try and deal with them. I see the general hits me, but I do take it just to make sure I get that guy, although we bounce unfortunately, which is really annoying. Puts a little bit more pressure on us since we're probably going to have to take a hit, and we do, but we don't manage to get that guy. We pull back around the VKPs there now. So at this point I'm thinking this is not good. We've got 3 TDs, a medium and a heavy tank, and it's not looking good for us. They've got a fairly healthy heavy tank. They've got a dreadnought who can one-shot pretty much anyone on our team. So getting rid of him is really essential. We see him here. He's not looking at us straight away. We hit him and get him out of the game, which is really important actually, because he could one-shot us. We see that there is a medium on the hill, but we need to get as many shots as we can into the VKP. Right, so we don't know where the other tank is at the moment, so trying to get rid of them is very important. The T-34-3 Black just got hit there, which is nice, and I think it's the Comet left alive that we've got to make sure to get. The VKP hits us there on the move, which is a bit annoying since I was over a ridgeline. we get a bit lucky because the Comet isn't actually shooting us here. I don't know where he was at this point in the game, but we do go for the tracking shot on the VKP to make sure he can't move, and then we try and get a little crossfire because he's got to aim at both of us, and that's not possible at the moment. We're not going to be too aggressive because I don't want to actually die yet. And so it's a bit of a tense situation. We hit the VKP, which means we can progress down here and away. I'm going to move back to the base because I've got a feeling that they might just rush, and because the Comet's in a high position, he might have been able to actually get some shots on me. I was going to go down there, but when I'm on 284 or 254 health, I didn't fancy the chances of potentially killing myself in this sort of game. So we do take the actual risk-free option, at least. Well, I mean, we could have taken damage there, but luckily we didn't. So we're going to push up to try and spot who's coming near. This is a good position because they can't really see where we are at the minute. The general is there. He's one shot for me now, which means he can't look both ways yet again. With the STA2 keeping a nice eye on him, and now we know that the Comet is in the base trying to cap. I don't know why he would try and cap since he is on a lot more hit points, and he should have probably pushed with the general there, but we're not going to care too much since it's going to allow for us to have a nice game. We fully aim here, we track him, which means if he repairs it, he's got no repair kit left. We're going to poke back because we've got a higher alpha damage than him. We see that he's probably going to be there, so we do put one shot in. We try and bait his shot here. As you can see, we can see a slim shot, unfortunately misses. And at this point I was thinking, oh no, here we go. Like, I'm going to get RNG'd here. Just missing loads of shots, they're going way off the centre mark. So I was thinking, let's not bottle this. I see the STA2 is starting to move towards the Comet, and I'm thinking I'm not going to keep pixel shotting this Comet. I'm going to try and push down, and in my head I was thinking maybe I'll be able to get one more into him from here. He might try and actually get a shot onto me, so I wait here, and we do actually manage to get that shot, which was fairly lucky actually. We're just waiting to see what the STA2 doing. If he overcommits, I've got to commit, because otherwise he's going to get killed, and then I won't be able to trade his health. Or vice versa, if I'm getting killed, the STA2 isn't going to be able to shoot him at the same time, so that's important. At this point, I'm deciding I'm going to push down and around behind the Comet. Hopefully the Comet won't be looking. But I don't think he'd expect something like this, considering I was last spotted in our base, and so I'm moving around. I do decide to load a HE round because I'm thinking it's going to be the back of him. Let's hope it pens. So we come up behind. The STA2 is fairly close, so if he decides he's going to come up, it will he'll hopefully be able to get a shot into him. So as you see, he's in the cap somewhere. Where is he? There he is. We aim at the back of him. It hits the back of his turret. Doesn't pen. Does 130 damage, which is really unfortunate. We do, however, manage to get in a fully HE pen right there, and the STA2 shuts him down right at the end. Does mean we don't get a top gun, but as long as we've won the game, that's good enough for me. So the post-game stats right here are fairly decent for the T20 actually. We received 20,000 or 21,000 nearly silver, which, you know, for a normal Tech 3 tank isn't bad. We didn't fire too many premium rounds, but we did when we needed. We got high caliber medal, ace tanker. We're really close to the third mark in this game. I do already have it. 2064 base XP, 3.7 thousand damage, and 778 assisted. With 5 kills. We got a message from the STA2 saying, good game, and which is always nice to see. Usually you don't get nice messages from your teammates. But other than that, that was the replays for the T20. I hope you saw everything that the tank is capable of. It is capable of both dealing damage as a support tank. You're not going to be brawling with the T20 very much because it doesn't have armor to be able to do that. It doesn't have the alpha to be able to do that. But flanking around and moving and using your mobility to get around is the thing you need to be doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope you found it somewhat informative, and I hope that I see you in the next video. Goodbye.